I was waiting to see. Okay. Still missing some. I think this is the current. This is about the current group. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. Um, know you guys had a few different professors. I'm Professor Jay. So today we'll be jumping into applications of business. I did hear that there was a bit of a mix-up last week with some of the classes, so I wanted to give folks an opportunity to ask any questions, right? So, this is week 2 of the business courses. Are there any lingering questions that you guys have from last week that you wanted some clarity on? Guys feeling okay? Okay. All right. So we did feelings check. So we started off with the fundamentals. So the fundamentals, we introduced vision and mission statement just to kind of get everyone just a general understanding of what that is. And the reason for that is we're helping you kind of build out a framework. So this framework you'll be able to use for any entrepreneurial venture moving forward, but also you can use it within working for a company as well, right? So there's multiple applications on for that. How many folks here are interested in a business, like in business and entrepreneurship versus the guided research?
Yeah, I'm interested in
Okay,
business entrepreneurship more than the other one.
okay, okay. Is anyone here leaning towards a guided research project? Okay, Dad has what kind of business, Daniela? Tire shop. Always need some tires. Maybe I could get some discounts. That's awesome. Um, so the two different tracks. So the reason for the differentiation is that with the business and entrepreneurship track, the end of course um presentation is a elevator pitch. So you do either a 30 to 1 minute elevator pitch on the business that you would be framing up over this week. And then if you're doing the guided research, you do a presentation on what you researched. Oh, got a painting and carpentry business. Nice. Awesome. It's cool to see that some of you already have some internal exposure to that. So that's awesome. All right. So we talked about what is a business, why you want to start a business, how does business benefit your target audience. Um, so let me see. No, my wife just dropped the guidance for the pitch projects. So in the chat, you can click on that. So next week, guys, we're already reaching the end of the first cohort. So next week is the pitching, when you guys will do the pitches for the end of course. All right. So has everyone here written their business idea, vision statement, mission statement? You guys all gone through the exercises? Okay. All right. So the other part, so some of the things we're going to go over today is the importance of finding a mentor. We're going to talk about business model canvas, value, and the value um, proposition canvas. And then we also have we'll talk a bit more about the elevator pitches and what's due there. Right. All right. So let's just do a quick review. Who wants to share? Who wants to share their their business idea, vision, and mission statement. Who wants to? Well, I'll say who wants to go first. Definitely gonna get some folks, but who wants to go first? Anybody want to kick us off?
Real quick, JR, if I may interject, can you help
Mm,
me how to help a scholar with their audio? I had them log in, log back out,
sure.
but that's still not working. What's some other suggestions that you may have, please?
Who's that? Is that
Sharia.
Daniela?
Sharia.
Okay. Um, After logging out, logging back in, the next thing you could do is go into the Zoom settings next to the mic. So like there's a should be an image of a mic for Zoom, and you click that and see if any options are showing up to connect audio. Like there's audio settings there. And if that doesn't work, on the device they're using, whether it's their phone or laptop or tablet, they'll need to check the settings to make sure they're giving Zoom permission to use the audio. All right. All right. Ritesh, you could go.
Yeah, okay. So my business is a nonprofit organization, and my vision statement is an organization transforming the lives of millions of individuals struggling with poverty by taking the small steps, making a big change in our society. We aim to make a change by improving the world by providing the essential needs one at a time. Our goal is to change the lives permanently, not temporarily. So that's my vision statement. And my mission statement
Mhm.
is we believe that no one should have to live without life essentials. By uniting the generous with the undeserved, we turn compassion into action, transforming donations into dignity, and creating lasting change, one essential at a time. In the world we live in, this issue is highly unnoticed. Our platform empowers communities to rise, fo- fostering a world where access to basic is a right, not a privilege.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, Ritesh, I'm gonna give you a little feedback. That
Yeah,
was amazing. I love the I love the context and everything that you have there.
thank you.
However, the vision statements, we want to condense them a bit. Want to condense it down to be I'll give you some examples here.
Oh yeah,
So like what you shared, you could literally use that for your elevator pitch.
elevator
You
pitch.
could
Yeah,
you could put that together and basically use that as your elevator pitch. So for the elevator pitch, you're taking components of your vision statement, your mission statement, and we're going to go over the business model canvas and value proposition. You're going to pull components from these things, and then you're going
yeah,
to put them into a just a longer statement that will take you 30 seconds to a minute to get through. And that more so would be there for the vision and mission. You want it to be um concise, like super concise, because these are statements that you will see. I'm going to share my screen here.
yeah,
All right, so to give you just an example here, so for vision statements of some of the companies that we might all know, like Amazon, the vision statement is a high level goal, right? So this is like, what is the company aspiring to be or to do on a super high level, shrunk down to one sentence. Um, so Amazon vision is to be Earth's most customer centric company, right? Of course, if you go to their website and you go to about, they're going to have statements that are more like what you just shared, where, I could read more about why do they want to do that? How are they going to do that? How they do that, right? But the statement itself, you want to look through your what you have and say like, all right, how would I say this in literally one sentence? Like, what is my vision, or what is the company's vision here? Google vision to provide access to the world's information in one click. Um, do you all have access to Google Class? Y'all got the link in the email? Okay, this is in a Google Class, so you could always circle back to this. Um, and then the mission statement is more so like specific details on the actions, like what are you doing to reach your vision? So Patagonia, build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. So, bit of a longer sentence, but still like a singular statement that summarizes their operations. CVS Health, helping people on their path to better health. So these statements would be used usually like at the top of a website or at the top of an about us page or something like that, maybe on marketing material. It may be on like the bio of your Instagram, your business's Instagram, right? Like one of these statements will be there, and it'll be something that's like kind of singular, but I could look at it and it's like, okay, that's what this company's aiming to do, or this is what they're doing on a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah, I'll try
Awesome,
doing
awesome.
my mission and vision statement. Yeah,
But definitely save what you have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and just
yeah.
use that for the pitch, because I think
Okay,
you definitely have some great material there.
okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem. Anyone else? Anyone else?
I could go next.
All right, go ahead, Michael.
So for me, my business ideas is band-aids because I'm an athlete, so band-aids is like a really big must for me. And most of the time, there's always something wrong with it. Either like it doesn't stick, or like it peels
Mhm.
off, and it's like it's always a problem. So I want to like fix that. So for me, my mission is to help promote healing with the most comfortable, easy, and fast-acting band-aids to get you back on your feet and out into the world as soon as possible. My vision statement is to become a household name for all families, athletes, and doctors when it comes to rapid recovery, no matter how small the injury, even with something as small as a paper cut.
Okay, okay. That's awesome. Band-Aids. Okay. So you're gonna get into like the chemistry and the and all of that to figure it
I
out.
don't know about all that, but like I know I'm just trying to make Band-Aid just more like optimal because there's always something wrong with it. So I'm trying to want to make it like well-rounded. You know what I mean?
Gotcha, gotcha. Awesome. Um, so we're gonna go over exercise later, and you guys can use this exercise as well to help you dig kind of zoom in on your vision and missions as well. So we have an exercise coming up called 7 levels of deep. So that'll be fun. We're gonna put some folks on the spot and we're gonna go in a little deeper as well. But no, that's definitely like the conciseness that you're starting with there as well. All right, who wants to go next?
I can go next. So, my business is basically what I want to do in the future is remodeling old buildings and turning them to apartments because I'm from New York and rent here is really expensive and so like there's like housing problems here. And so my vision is aiming to provide safe and reliable housing that will be affordable and satisfy the customer providing comfortability. And then my mission is to provide and offer housing that is affordable.
Okay, okay, awesome. That is a great mission, a great big mission to take on. Have you found any individuals or entrepreneurs that like inspired you for that, or is that something that just came out of you growing up and being there?
I think it's just something I grew up in being there.
Okay, awesome. I grew up in Queens, so I could definitely understand. All right, so no, that is great. All right, so what I want to do next, does anyone else want to share? The next thing I'm going to go over is we're going to go a little further into presentations and revisions. All right, so what I want to do, we're gonna go into breakout groups. I'm gonna set you guys up in some breakout groups. Basically, so looking at the guidelines, I think let's see how we can continue to refine the statement. So again, vision statement, high level, what are we aspiring to, or you know, what is the direction, what is the target? And then with the mission, it's what are your daily activities? Um, but what I want you guys to do is give each other feedback. So in the breakout groups, share some feedback on, hey, is it clear? Like, is it understandable? Like, you know, does each person understand it clearly, or like, you know, give some feedback and suggestions in the breakout. And if you guys finish quickly, cool, we'll move on. We do have a lot of other things to cover as well, but just want to give you guys all the opportunity to just work together and do some refining. All right. And also, most folks here might be on is anyone here on a phone versus a computer? You on a phone? Okay. So you could scan this real quick and toggle back. Just drop in the link for the references that I was using for the vision and the mission statement. So just use those as kind of like your target size that you want to get it down to. And I'll put the directions or goals on screen here. So again, in your groups, you're just gonna share the ideas, share the draft, give feedback on the draft, and the feedback will be, sorry, going forward. So those that are listening to the vision, the feedback will be on the clarity, the understandability. Do you understand why, you know, you're doing what you're doing? And was it clear? All right. And what I'm getting at here is really the vision and mission should basically speak to the why of your business. All right. So I'm just gonna do, let's see, I'll do 4 rooms. I'll do 4 rooms. All right, so we'll do about 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So you guys already have them, so you guys can share quickly and rotate, and then we'll circle back. Any questions? Good. All right. Okay. Yeah, honey, I didn't go look for a different deck. So we had the decks kind of integrated with Espanol. So 30 seconds and everyone will be out. Let me see, did we record somewhere whose business track, whose research? Yeah.
No, they didn't decide. It
Okay.
wasn't what they're gonna do, the research paper or the other one. But most of them were
Okay.
doing, most of them had the interest in business.
Okay, awesome. All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope that was helpful. Hope we got some refining done. We're able to chisel that down a bit more. So the good news is, it sounds like for those of you that have already been working on your statements and everything, you have like half of your elevator pitch, right? So half of the pitch is really delivering on what it is and why it is, right? The other half is gonna be about the how, right? How you do your business, and why is it beneficial. So we'll go through that. Um, did anyone do any I guess significant refinements just now? Or was it just small changes?
Yeah, I made some changes, like little, some little and some big changes to my, mission and vision statement.
Okay. What what'd you change? Did you just re reword or reduce all the
I
above?
I reduced the quantity because that was like way too detailed and made it like a claim where people could understand the main point that we're saying. And then for the
Mhm.
mission statement, I added a little more detail to the vision statement, like explaining it a little bit, but not much.
Got it. Got it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And yeah, so this is something that the vision and mission statement is going to be evolving, right? So as you guys evolve, as your business evolve, you might tweak it, right? So it's not that you're stuck with it or anything, but it's just good to have it in a comfortable place where you feel confident about what you're saying and you're getting the right message across to whoever your potential clients and customers. So moving into some characteristics of a business owner, this slide just kind of points out some thoughts here around, I guess, high level characteristics of business owners. So the first statement here, 60% of Fortune 1000 companies started during a recession or depression. Does everyone here know what a Fortune 1000 company is?
Is it the top 1,000 companies, if I'm right, in the world?
Yes, yep. So on the Fortune list, they do rank. That's their ranking. Um, And ultimately, what is the statement saying, right? 60% of Fortune 1000 companies started during a recession or depression. What's your takeaway from that statement?
So my takeaway is that these companies are like using hard times as an opportunity to grow.
Yes. Anyone else?
Like timing is really important.
Absolutely. Timing is everything, whether you intended to or not. Like Zoom, right? Before the pandemic, I barely knew what Zoom was. I think I saw it, but never used it. During the pandemic and after the pandemic, here we are. We're all on Zoom. So yeah, recessions and depressions, hard times can also prove to be times where there's opportunities to solve, big problems. So sometimes it's easier, or not easier per se, but beneficial to take action during those times to see the opportunity. Um, So there's a point here. They have 3 points: under promise and over deliver. Can anyone give an example of a business they're interacted with or service that under promise and over delivered for you?
Wait, what's the question?
Can you give an example of a service or business that you interacted with where they under promised but over delivered? So I'll give you an example. When I used to work at Apple retail, we always added time to the wait time that we gave the customers. So if you came in and your phone was messed up, maybe it's a 15-minute fix, but we'll say it'd be like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. We always gave a buffer. So we under promised, meaning we didn't promise you we were going to get your phone right back to you. So we'll tell you 30 to 45 minutes, and then if things go well, it might be done in 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, we're like, hey, your phone's ready. And it's like, wow, You said 30 minutes but you were done in 10 minutes. That's great. So that's an example of like under promising, over delivering.
I feel like Netflix, you know what I mean? Like Netflix is like it's a streaming service that offers like certain things, but then they're always adding like more and more to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. For that price that keeps creeping up. Um, all right. The next point, who do you need to become? You can't wake up at noon and claim to be hungry. So kind of speaking to like what's your work ethic, right? If you're waking up at noon, then that means half the day has already gone by. So think about who do you need to become to achieve your goal, right? s- uh, we all have great goals, but then we got to make sure our work ethics match our goals. Good is no longer good enough with the invention, or at least an advent of AI and the new global economy. This speaks towards the speed that technology is evolving, right? Um, Something that's just good might not survive um, innovation. So I'm sure there's companies that we could name now that no longer exist. At the time, they were very good. Like BlackBerry, you know, was the best or the top phone before the iPhone came out. BlackBerry was good. Everyone in business had one. iPhone comes out, BlackBerry is gone. So as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, you always want to be aware of what else is happening, like what else is happening in your industry, what else is happening that can impact you or your business, and how can you make sure that you're taking advantage of that. Fall in love with the customer you're serving, right? This is an important one. So understanding what people want, what they need, right? Because many of us are entering environments where there's competition, right? You might not be the only person doing what you're setting out to do. So how can you connect with your customers genuinely? Because sometimes, even though you might not be doing something completely different or that has never been done, if you're able to connect with them in a way that makes them feel special, literally, right? Like special, then you might win over customers from competitors who don't put that care into their customer service. So this leads into how your business benefits your target audience. Did you guys talk about target audience last week? We all understand what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and then, or for if you intend for your college major, how do you intend for your college major to benefit the career you intend to pursue or serve? Which is a good question too. Like, for those that are going to, who here is like thinking college right now? Drop a C in the chat. Okay. All right. We got some college bound folks here. So for that track, at some point, like for those that are considering college, are you already considering like what you want to major in? Or are you waiting? Are you going to see later? I didn't know at first what I was going to major in, but my sophomore year, I locked in on business administration. Awesome.
Yeah, I want
So
to
yeah,
go.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to major in MBA and something else too. I'm still
Okay.
about what's major in, but I'm still like finding out what's there. So right now I'm learning about economics, just looking on YouTube and learning what it basically is, and then I'll move to the next thing and look at what it is. And after like finding out like what everything is, I'll choose between what I want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure that I'm sure that I do want to do an MBA, but yeah, looking for something else too on behalf of that.
Okay. So the MBA is the master's program. Then for undergrad, you want to do business as well?
Probably, yeah. That's the one I'm
Okay.
mostly in, so
Gotcha. Yeah. So you guys could definitely look. I mean, now there's like some places even have like previews of their courses online and stuff like that. So there's some things you could check out from university websites. And SOAR, we actually do we try to do at least two college trips during the summertime, so keep an eye out for that. We do college tours as well. All right. So here's the exercise I mentioned earlier. This is called 7 levels of deep. Um, so basically, we just kind of keep going deeper into what it is that you, you you're ideating on, right? This allows you to really get introspective and get to the core meaning or the core why and motivation behind what you want to do. Um, so I want to get someone that I haven't heard from just yet. Um, Naina, you want to do a test run with me on this?
Sure.
All right. So my wife just dropped it in the chat. You guys can click on that just so you have it for reference and you could complete that later. But all right, so Naina, tell me about your business idea. Am I saying your name right?
It's Naina.
Naina. All right.
So, my business idea, it's like, do you know how like cords get tangled all the time?
Hmm.
So like, kind of like a product. It's basically this, but tinier version that like you
Okay.
can put the cords in and kind of wrap it around. And
Okay.
it was like, yeah, kind of like a cord storage thing. And yeah,
Gotcha. And what brought you to that idea? Was it just frustration?
yeah.
Okay.
And
And
also
why is that?
like I
Go
took a
ahead.
class and we kind of had to go with, so we went with this because that was the problem that we all were going through. So
Okay. And all right, so going a little deeper, why is that important for you to solve?
because like wherever I need to like go, like if it's like traveling or like go to school, and if I'm like trying to find my cords, it just takes forever to like detangle. And
Gotcha. Um, so get that. So why is it important to detangle?
it's important to detangle because when you like want to plug the cord into like your device, it just wastes so much time, like
So you're saving time.
saving,
Awesome. Okay, and why is it important to save time?
because there's more important things to do and you could be saving time on this.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for participating. So that's kind of just an example of it. And thank you for doing the live demo. I spared you the other three, the other 3 or 4 levels, but that's basically the idea, right? So we start off with like, hey, what is important to you about becoming successful, and you just keep going deeper. So the formal first question is, what is important to you about becoming successful? So this aims to take an introspective look at what's driving you. Um, I did a slightly different version, just kind of focused on your product. But yeah, take some time at home to do this. It should, probably like a 10-minute exercise because you're just going to sit and think about how you're going deeper on what's driving you to be successful. Um, yeah, so this is a helpful exercise because once you have that driver, once you have that deep down motivation, you want to lock into that, right? And you want to use that as your, I'll say, fuel to keep going because, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that like stop you from moving forward, and going rerouting yourself sometimes can get exhausting, right? Because you're like, man, I tried going up, down, over, through. What else am I supposed to try right now? Right. So when you lean back onto your core motivation internally, that helps. Um, they have a statement here on the top, right? By going through all 7 levels, you'll uncover your true why, which will be the driving force that allows you to accomplish anything in life. Right. So it needs to be a strong foundation, right? So that's why this exercise pushes you to go so deep. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna review and go over business model canvas and the value prop. So we'll take is 5 minutes good enough? We'll do 5 minutes. So we'll be back at 7:20. All right, so business model canvas. Who did you guys go through this fully last week, or did you get introduced to it a little bit? Okay. Who here started filling it out already? It's all good. It's all good. All right, so the business model canvas, I love this tool. So the goal of the business model canvas is to help you get your business kind of structured on paper, if that makes sense. So I want to go through this guide here. And I think you guys should do it, especially those that already have their business ideas. Go through this link and just to make sure everyone has, I'm going to drop it in the chat. Go through this at least one time. The template is in the Google Classroom. This link really is great. I'm glad they brought it back. They took it down for a while. But this link walks you through an example with Zara. And it walks you through what the canvas is and how you use it, right? So it has 9 segments, 9 sections, and literally you'll walk through section by section and just fill it in, right? You think about your business and you fill it in. So by the time you're done with this now, what you have basically is somewhat of a blueprint for your business, right? This also helps you to validate, is your business idea in a viable state, right? Is it something that could earn money, right? If you're not earning money, then not really the best business, right? You want to be earning money. So you want to think about tweaks or improvements and things like that. But just to talk through it quickly, they have you walk through a certain um literally in a certain order, right? So first is the customer segment, value proposition. There's another template that's specifically focused on value proposition, but you could do like a quick summary here. So the value proposition, also this thing like really gives you grave details. So for Zara, their customer segments are men, women, children, right? So you want to be as clear as possible, um, unless you're something that's going to be applicable to mass market. You could put mass market. So something like a Netflix. Netflix is like everybody, like everyone that's on planet Earth is our target market. Um, then you have your value propositions, right? So the value proposition, how does your product or service solve a customer's problems? And you guys don't have to take notes on this part. This is also in the value prop canvas. So for them, it's fashionable clothes, accessories, great e-commerce experience, flagship store experiences, fast fashion, right? So then it gives you a whole explanation of each one and how they got to that. So I think this is a really great um, website to go through and a tool to try to fill out on your own, just so you get an idea of how your business pans out. And then from that, like let's say you're able to fill in all 9 sections, then like, okay, like your business is pretty well thought out. Next, you would move on to the value proposition canvas. What I like about this is it gives you the step-by-step for Zara's business model canvas. So you can use that as a strong reference. And then you can go to the value proposition canvas after that. And then what we do for this cohort is this is just kind of like a warm-up to get you thinking in this way. In the advanced cohort, we'll go into things like marketing, branding, cash flow. So don't feel overwhelmed. I just wanted to make sure you guys have these tools and you can start thinking about it and trying it out to see how, just where you are. Any questions around business model canvas? And just a little background too. Initially, we had everyone go through the strategic business plan, which is like, let's say, the classic thing you would do for your business. You have a business idea, then would be like, all right, build out a business plan. But I found that the way that the classic business plan worked, it's like sometimes hard to do that when you don't have, let's say, a business that's running already, or maybe you haven't have everything figured out already. Because the business plan acts with things like um, measurable goals, for example. You might not know that just yet. With the canvas, you can fill in these blanks here and then lean into that later. Um, all right, so yeah, definitely do a draft, filling this in, um, and see where you land. And we could definitely circle back and talk about it for those, hopefully everyone's going to be joining us in advanced. We could talk about it further. All right. So I want to spend a little time on the value model canvas. So the value model canvas dives deeper into what we call the value proposition, right? So the value proposition is like, why should a customer use your service, right? Buy your product. Like, why come to you for that? Has anyone written out like a value proposition yet or thought about that?
I mean, like off the top of my head, like doctors and athletes, and like families.
Well, those are your target audiences. So what's the value that you're bringing to those audiences?
Like health, like general, like well-being, like comfortability.
Okay. Let me pull up this. The link on the slide wasn't working for us. So go ahead.
Yeah, so for mine, my value proposition is that I show the progress to my audience about what's going on with their money and how their money is being used and not being misused. So that's what shows why my audience should donate money to me and not to. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll show how
So
true my organization is towards my audience. I mean, towards, yeah.
so let me I'm sorry. I have the link in Google Classroom. The link in the slide deck wasn't working. So I'm just trying to pull this up in another window so I can get this open for you guys. Um, Let me do it this way. All right, you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so you guys have your target audiences, which is good. So this exercise is going to help you kind of zoom in on your value for your target audiences, right? So it's basically it's more sys systematic, right? So going through this is also in the Google Classroom, but let's see, focus planning, improving market outreach. So this goes through. Okay, so here's what I want to get to. So they basically created these diagrams that you would fill in, right? And you have the customer profile and the value proposition, right? Let's see, Nicole, do you have your business idea already? You doing business track?
Which
No.
one?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's two Nicoles. Nicole Alvarez.
So I kind of lost my paper from last class because I wrote it on a sheet of paper
No
and
worries.
not in my notebook.
No worries. You get a fresh
Sorry.
new start. What what was your business idea?
Um, a marketing agency.
Okay. So with your marketing agency, who are your customers or your target audience?
Definitely smaller businesses who want to grow and become like something bigger in the
Small
world.
small business. Okay. So using your marketing agency targeted on small businesses. What are some of the customer jobs? Like what job, like what task does your customer do with your service? Was that
Um,
confusing?
yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, it's fine. This frames it for product, but thinking of your service. So for a product, it's like what task can the customer complete with your product? But switching it to a service,
Definitely
what
advertisements, like creating a way to like get out there and like show the world like what their product or like business is all about.
awesome, awesome. And then what problems? So the pains, right? What problems does your customer eliminate when using your service?
Definitely like the creativity side of it. Like my agency would have like the creative part of it, like actually making it and like the ideas of what to put in a commercial for that business. Definitely like all that. And
Awesome.
they wouldn't
So
have to
like you
worry
get
about it.
got it. So you're saving them time. You're giving them the creative, right? Because a lot of times, like I might have a product and I'm like, I don't know how to make a website, or I don't know how to talk about this thing or display this thing, right? So you guys kind of see how like this tool, it just helps pull down like, all right, how do we do this for our customer? Or who are their customer? What are their pain points? Like, how do we benefit them? Like, so what benefit does a customer get when they're using your product? So that's one side of the template. And then the other side, and this does explain too, this goes into further detail um, of what each section is. So jobs can include tasks about the customers they're trying to solve. Anything the customer's trying to do, it can include a problem being solved, a task being achieved, or any other need they want to satisfy. So you would have everyone will just adjust this for your service or your product, your business. Um, all right. Let me guess somebody else. Thank you, Nicole Alvarez, for participating with the customer problem side of it. Let's see, Jaslyn, are you doing business as well? I think I saw you raise your hand. All right. What's what's your business?
So basically it's like a cat cafe where people can come and eat and also adopt the cats and play with them if they want.
What? Pretty cool, pretty cool. All
Thank-
right. So thinking about, let's say, your customers' pain points, like what are some of the pain points that you're solving for your customers? What are the pains there?
Seeing as third spaces are dwindling right now, our cafe would serve as like a third space where they can hang out. They don't necessarily have to buy anything. They can just come to sit there, do work, maybe get a coffee, play with the cats. Like it's simply stress relief for them at the end of the day.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. And so you're providing the space, you're providing coffee, right? So that's like product service. Is there anything else in like the product and service space that you'll be providing there?
Yeah.
Those would be the primary things, the coffee and
Huh?
the workspace. I say, yeah, the
Oh,
workspace and the coffee. Is there anything else?
like outside of like coffee, there would be like actual food items too. And we'll also have a process set up for like adoption. So say if someone's like, oh, I really like this cat, then they
Mm,
can come to the front and be like, hey, I want to adopt this cat. And then we'd be like, okay, we put them through the process and they are able to adopt the cat and bring it home.
awesome. Feel like you would have to encourage them to bring kids because when kids are there, they're like, well, we want this cat. So that's awesome. You got your first customer. Nicole said she'll be there. Nicole Alvarez. All right. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jaslyn. All right, so everyone kind of gets the concept here, right, with the value proposition canvas and how to use it. Any questions? We're good. All right. So what I want everyone to do, let's take some time. So I want you guys to take a stab at doing the value proposition canvas. So it's just these two parts, right? So it's writing out the customer profile, so the pains, the jobs, pains, and gains. And then the counterpart to the customer profile is the value proposition. So what are your products or services, right? So you will list out your products or services and features. What are your gain creators? So your gain creators are speaking to everything that offers someone new, something new and improves their experience. What are the pain relievers, right? So how do you relieve the customer's problems? Um, and I'll scroll to the top of this where they have both of them. But we'll take like 5 minutes and just you could just write it down like customer profile gains and list it out, pains, list it out, jobs, list it out. Um, then we'll go, got some other folks in here that we'll call on. So we'll do about 5 minutes. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Hey, Jaslyn, this cafe is it's gonna be popping. Now, Jaslyn, the first thing that's going to happen is people are going to be like, oh, there's no place for dogs. So now you're going to have to open a second cafe for dogs. So I think off the bat, you
Yeah,
should
I've
just
thought of
plan,
that already.
you should just plan for two cafes.
Man.
Yeah. Omobilaji. Was that close?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I just read out my value proposition.
So, okay, awesome. What's your business idea?
So my business idea was like so I before I had another one, but then I tried to change it to something that I was gonna do more research. Then it was something like a little food truck during the summer. So my mission statement was our goal is to provide sweet, provide delicious, sweet, and savory treats that are so affordable on enhancing their summer experience to the fullest. I provided a dining area with games and activities for kids and teens alike. Uh, like while having all of this in a truck. And then
Awesome.
my vision
Awesome.
statement was we wish to be able to provide our services in schools, beaches, and parks to help create a more memorable summer for families and students.
Okay. And what are some of for your customer profile, what are some of the pains that you're seeing?
The gain for me is they gain affordable food, shade. I would plan to like have stands near there and probably like charging station.
Awesome. Awesome. Listen, you have people with charging stations and you said shade, like umbrellas.
Yeah, yeah, like it just be like an area, like you just like yeah, like umbrellas, like something that can protect you from the sun.
Nice, nice. That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing. Akila, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Did you have a business idea that you're working on?
Yeah, I did. My business, I wanted to like create homes for people who are like currently homeless since that's like a growing issue in this country. Like I want to make sure like everybody has like a safe place to like go at night and like just like a place to, have like privacy and all that stuff.
Okay. Sounds like you could work with Nicole. Sen.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the pain that I guess the major pain is homelessness you're focused on. That's your target audience.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what is your business plan? So like you said homes. So what's your current, I guess, thought in terms of how you'd be providing that?
Well, I was thinking like I would partner with like because there's already like a lot of organizations out there that want to like deal with this issue. So I was thinking I could like partner with some of them and like partner and like figure out a way to create like sustainable homes with like sustainable materials, like solar panels or like reusing
Mhm.
things. So like I by homes I don't mean like actual like like big homes. I mean like it could be like apartments or like just like housing in general.
Gotcha. My wife is very much into tiny homes. Have you gotten into tiny homes?
Um yeah, I mean I've like looked like a lot at like different
Oh,
types of like housing lately, yeah.
okay. I've seen, I'm blanking on the company, but there's a company that's focused on building tiny portable homes. It's like literally could be the front, they have like a bicycle front with pedals, and like the back is like literally like this, like not that big, but it's like there's a mobile home on
Yeah.
a bike. Awesome. And like, what are you thinking in terms of costs? So what's funding this?
I was thinking that we could like host like fundraisers like because I feel like if you put it out there that you're trying to do something to help other people, like obviously like people around you will see that and they'll also want to help. Like if it's just donating like time or donating some money or like materials that they have lying over. Like I have a couple of friends who I have a friend whose dad works with like building houses and he always has like leftover materials and stuff.
Mm,
So, like just donations.
that is awesome. So you're thinking for profit or nonprofit?
Nonprofit probably.
Got it. Got it. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Uh, Harlem,
Yes,
how's it going?
good.
Did you have a business idea as well?
I had a car detailing business in mind.
Okay. Like mobile or stationary?
Um, it could be either.
Okay. So what are some of the pains and gains that you're targeting for with your mobile detailing service?
Um, the game will probably be like to you could have a new like clean out your car and maybe make it shine a little bit and like get smells and get dirt out.
Hmm. And but what's that problem that you're solving for them? What's your what's your
To get
customer's core problem there?
like the dirt in their car, the smells, stains.
And you're saving them time. You're saving them
Yeah,
time because I know a lot of folks, they just get in the car, go where they going, they going to work, they drop, they're doing what they're doing, but they don't necessarily have the time, let's say, to stop and clean it out. So, um, okay, cool, man. And the other thing I like about that idea too is some businesses, you guys can actually pretty much start like right away. So I feel like something like mobile detailing service is something that you could be doing this like this year, right?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
And build on it. Awesome, awesome. Um, I do have someone who's doing mobile detailing. That's their business. So we could see if they'll be open to like, would you be interested? Like if they're
Yeah,
like, we're open to like having a conversation with you.
yeah, I would.
Awesome, awesome. So we could probably see if we can make that connection. Which state are you in?
In New Jersey.
Okay, cool. They're in Jersey too. All right. So we will circle back on that, but I'll say for everybody, you guys have amazing ideas. I love the fact that, you know, there's such a good variety, but a lot of you are looking to help. Like your businesses are not just like, I just want to be rich. Um, so I think it's very inspiring that so many of you are looking to help with your business. So definitely, let's do these drafts, go through these tools here. And, you know, myself and SOAR, we're definitely always looking out for our scholars and seeing who we can connect you all with. Um, so definitely, please, let's lock in and let's keep going. Um, Hitesh, you had a question?
Oh, never mind. Actually, if we're gonna move on to something else, we could do that. I was gonna share my
No,
business idea. Yeah.
sure, you can go.
Okay, so my business idea is about starting a nonprofit organization where we try to provide the basic essential needs that a person needs because we've seen people suffering without these that's going to affect them in the long term when they think more about the short. So most of the time when donating or like when giving out to people, we often think about giving out food or things that are going to help them in the short term. But in the long term though, people don't really think about what's going to help them and what's not. So in my organization, we're going to focus on basic things that are going to help people in the long run more than the short.
Okay. Awesome. Do you have any examples of those things?
Examples would be like stuff that people don't have to depend on every day, like food. So I would say like
Mm,
clothing or like soap or like
mm.
basic essentials that we all use. Because there are like
Okay.
millions of people that actually are in need of these items when we think that everyone has these. So it'll be
Yeah.
simple, but it'll be to create a drastic change in the life of an individual, though.
Okay. Um, you're are you in Jersey as well? You're you're on mute.
Oh yeah, I'm in Connecticut, right next to New Jersey.
You're not right next to New Jersey. You're like across two rivers.
Oh yeah, I have to memorize that. I have to do that.
and and over New York. No, no.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Have you volunteered at like any I'm blanking now, shelters or places where they're doing those kind of things, getting donations and stuff like that?
I'm not really, but I've helped one time at this place where we helped make peanut butter and jelly, and we donated it to like people in churches.
Okay.
That's a
Awesome.
short
Like
term,
like a
but again,
kitchen. Yeah.
short term, though. But I'm looking to help people in the long term though.
Gotcha. Yeah. In New York, there was a drive to focus on socks because they said most individuals that are homeless, they don't have socks or the socks wear out, right? So it was like the big focus for them was like just donate socks. And they would hand those out to homeless people as they saw them. But yeah, like I definitely think that, there's a lot of room for your idea. And having fresh ways to approach, how we help those in need is always needed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all. So I'm gonna ask, so the end of course focus is the elevator pitch. Um, these are like the value proposition and business model canvas. I would also ask that you guys fill these out and hand these in by the end of next week. Um, so we have them, and so we could circle back with you guys on this for the next cohort. If you have any questions, please email, let us know. Look, my wife put the link in the chat for this, but you also have it in the Google class. So at the bottom, it has a full walkthrough of how to fill it out if you have any concerns or thoughts. So it gives you a lot of direction. Um, and then they have a section here, test your value propositions with your customers. But what I would say is, fill this out because this could be the fuel for your elevator pitch, right? This could be the other half of your elevator. So like part of the elevator pitch, you can get fueled from your vision and your mission, right? Why are you doing this? Who are you? And then your value propositions, is in an elevator pitch, you have 30 seconds to a minute, right? Let's say, you run into somebody that's, you know, I don't know, a billionaire, and they're like, "Hey, you want to start a business? What business do you want to start?" Right? It'll be a great opportunity to tell them in a clear, concise way. So that's why we have you guys do the elevator pitch for this cohort. But I always encourage folks to use the value proposition as a way to get your ideas out on paper and then craft your elevator pitch, including these value propositions, because the value proposition is what's going to pull people in, right? When you see a product, a poster or something like that, and it immediately speaks to a need you have, right? You're way more inclined to try it out. Any thoughts, questions?
You have a question?
Sure.
Did you know at the end of the whole thing, like the fundamentals of business, like the whole program that we took, like do you know how
Mhm.
the judges are going to select a winner for the Philadelphia for the Costa Rica trip?
Yeah, so basically we look at the scholars, look at the top scholars, well, not just the top scholars, but like we look at engagement, we look at um those that completed the course and the pitches and attendance and kind of everything overall. And then from there, we invite those to join the trip. So basically, it's someone that would have completed both the fundamentals and the advanced um, cohorts. You would be in the runnings for the trips. Then beyond that, you would then fundraise, right? So you would fundraise to cover the cost of the trip, so you're not paying for anything out of pocket.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts or questions?
I actually wanted to just address that really quickly. Thank you, Professor JR. This is Rosie. Um, I'm glad you asked that question, I
CEO?
believe. Hello. I'm glad you asked that question. Was it Hitesh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hi, Hitesh. I'm so excited that you guys are asking questions about the internship because guess what? You're halfway through the program already. So you have about a few more weeks to go before you've really completed the entire program, and that's really when the rubber meets the road. And you find out whether or not you were selected to participate in the internship. I can tell you right now that that is what we are currently working on. Is compiling the list of students who have already qualified, and then also sort of determining based on your productivity so far, based on your engagement, your interactions, just everything so far, where we think you're landing as of right now. So keep up the great work, and again, as Professor JR mentioned, you have to complete the entire series in order to qualify or even to be considered for the internship. So great question. And then, you'll receive information shortly thereafter. Once you are deemed eligible, you'll receive information so we can, we'll start getting information to your parents, letting them know what's going to happen next, obviously getting their permission for you to go, and then working with you all to raise the funding so that we can go to Costa Rica and change some lives. So great question.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions?
Really quick, later in the program, are you gonna teach us about like patenting stuff?
That is a good question. We don't specifically have patenting in the program, but we could always talk about it.
Okay,
So anything you guys want to go into, we could discuss.
okay, thank you.
No problem.
I also got a question.
Sure.
Where can we find that like documents? Because like for the definitions of everything.
Do you have access to the Google Class?
Yeah.
So in the Google Class, if you click on, go back to the class. I'm trying to find my link. So there's course materials in the Google Classroom. Let me pull it up so I can show it to you. So do you see, are you there in the class? You click on classwork. Do you see the sections of fundamentals of finance, fundamentals of budgeting? If you go down to fundamentals of entrepreneurship,
Yeah, I see it. It's under which one?
value proposition canvas is one, and
Oh,
fundamentals of
Of
entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship. Yeah, yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Fundamentals of business has the business model canvas.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Also, you added, excuse me, you asked, I believe it was Michael who asked about definitions. We actually do have, we created a new glossary, business glossary for scholars who may have questions about what a term means, what something might, what a word means that you may have heard, or a term that you may have heard us reference, right? So we also have a glossary or um a definitions list, if you will, right? Or a list of words with definitions by them, business terms and words that we have either frequently used or you may hear. And actually a patent is one of the words that's in there. So that's a great question. I believe Jaslyn brought up. Patent is actually one of the words in there. So while we don't speak of it at length, it is something that we are actually going to be building into some of a part of our curriculum. So that is why it was built into the glossary. It's our business glossary. So I'll share that through, I guess, the Google Classroom, Professor JR, or where would you have me share that?
The glossary, I think it would
Yeah.
be good to email it, and then we could also put it in the Google Classroom as well.
Okay, so we'll have that email to you guys before the next class, but it's certainly a great tool and a reference guide for you all to just have at your disposal and really just, if there are any questions that you guys have, you can reference that, the glossary for, any of those words. And that's all I have.
Okay, awesome. So two things. One, the class survey is in the chat. So please go ahead and click the tonight's survey link and you can fill that out. When you're done, drop a D in the chat. Second thing, for those that would like to get your elevator pitch reviewed before final pitch day, you guys can record your elevator pitch and send that to us. And we have a group that we're working with called S.O.A.R. They've offered to review the pitches so that you guys kind of get a pre-pitch to do before the end of class. So if you'd like to have that, please record your elevator pitch, send that to us no later than this Friday, the 4th, so that we can have that and we can share that with that team. And they're going to aim to get the feedback to everyone by Tuesday of next week. All right. So just so I have a idea if you're interested in getting that pre-pitch done, just drop a P in the chat. You get a little tally going here.
Excuse me, I got a question.
Sure.
Well, I got like two. So one, is the elevator pitch like something that we do on our own time? And then when it's like the day we just like go ahead and do it? Or something that we work on together like during class?
We do have the Pitch Perfect class this Thursday. So Thursday is going to be a full class that's like, hey, this is how you present, this is how you frame it, shape it. So if you guys want to just kind of do an outline now, and then Thursday we do the class that's going to be taught by Miss Kiana, and then Friday you find a minute to record the video and send it. You can do it that way. So yeah, Thursday is the Pitch Perfect class.
And then when is like the actual like presentation day?
Next week, Thursday, I believe, should
Okay,
be
thank you.
pitch day.
I have a question.
Sure.
So is a pitch like what's that thing called again? I forgot the name of the thing that you said, like that. Yeah, the elevator pitch. So how do you what's it exactly though? I kind of don't understand like what is it?
So the elevator pitch is like, let's say this, you have your nonprofit idea, everything's wrapped up and written out, and you meet someone that's, a great donor to charities and nonprofits, right? And they're like, Hitesh, tell me about your nonprofit idea. I got about a minute before I jump in this car and drive away, right? What would you say in that 1 minute to them that is clear and concise, tells them about your business, the mission of the business, what it does, and how they can move forward, if they're interested.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of get it now. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I applied for the fundamentals and the advanced classes. So do I have to submit my pitch the same day as everybody else that's doing the fundamentals, or when I finish with fundamentals and advanced?
That's a good question. So the elevator pitch is for everyone in fundamentals. So advanced is the next cohort, right? So we're going to have, after this class, after the fundamentals closes out, there's a break, like a week or so, then we come back for advanced. At the end of advanced, you guys are actually doing a 5-minute presentation, a slide deck.
Oh,
So you're going to build on top of your elevator pitch and everything you learned here in advanced. You're going to go a little deeper.
okay. Thank you.
No problem.
I have a
Nana?
question. Yeah.
Sure.
So for the elevator pitch, like, can you add like story component to it, or it only has to be like information about your business, like mission and vision?
If you have time, because remember, it's the target is to be 60 seconds maximum.
Okay.
So you could time yourself. If you could fit a little story in there, cool. But you want to hit that 60-second mark and be done. Now in advanced, you have time for story and for painting more of a picture, right? So that will be like the follow-up. Like, Nana, this sounds great. I don't have time now. Let's meet next month, and I'll bring the team together and come and present to us. Right now, you have time to present and go a little deeper.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hitesh, you had another question?
Yeah. So at the like next Thursday, are we gonna like do the elevator pitch and the presentation, or like how is it?
For fundamentals, is just the elevator pitch, just the elevator, and then we're gonna
Okay. Because I was
break,
working. Yeah.
do
'Cause I was-
advanced. After advanced, then there'll be the bigger presentation.
Oh, because I was working on the presentation actually, like on the weekend and all that.
Okay, well, you got a head start.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. You guys heard that? Hitesh trying to take that #1 spot. All right, awesome. So I hope that was clear. Someone's in here, iPhone. Whose iPhone?
It's unconfirmed. We did try to reach out via the chat.
I think it's Steven.
Identify themselves.
I think it's Steven. Is it Steven?
Yeah.
Prince? Yes. Okay.
Hey, Steven, what's going on? All right. Got it. All right. So again, all right. So we got a good chunk of folks. We got like 7 folks that dropped a P in the chat. So basically, if you feel your elevator pitch is in a place that you're comfortable with, you can record it whenever and send it over. But the deadline is Friday afternoon. We want to get that out so we could give the other team like the weekend to look at these videos. Thursday, well, sorry, let me backtrack. Tomorrow is applications of entrepreneurship. Thursday is the pitch perfect class. So this is a three evening class week. If you want to wait to do the Thursday class and then record your elevator pitch sometime on Friday and send that over, that's fine as well.
I got a question.
And sure.
My bad. I don't want to cut you off. For the elevator, is this something that like we do like in the Zoom meeting? Like, you guys like grade it like there, or it's like we send it over to you, you know what I mean? And then you like grade it like outside.
For the pre-pitch, you're gonna get a review and then you'll get feedback. For the final day, it's gonna be really, we're just looking for everyone to apply what they learned, and you'll get we have a rubric, and my wife will send that rubric out to everyone so that you get an idea of this is what we're looking for in the pitch. Oh, I think you dropped it in chat. Is that the project guide, honey? That you dropped in there?
Yes.
Okay. So that last link, project guide, that has the rubric on, hey, this is what we're looking for in your elevator pitch.
Well, the rubric, hun, is separate. So I'm gonna
Oh,
send
separate? Okay.
the guide has the specific details of what needs to be done. And I just added the piece about the review for Friday, so they know how to send it. So we're asking them to email the videos. Are we asking them to email MP4s?
Yeah, it's a minute. Trying to think. Well, let's send out a Google Drive link so they can upload it to Google Drive. I'll do that. All right. So does everyone feel comfortable? Like, for those that are doing the pre-pitch, you could record it on a phone and upload it. So we good. All right. Cool. Any other questions?
So not a question. I did want to,
Mhm.
I just had two things. I just sent you guys the glossary. It is a living document, which means that as we continue to grow our vocabulary, business vocabulary, we're going to continue to grow our glossary. So you guys will go here. This is where you can go in. Don't mess with it. And if there is a word that's not here that you'd like to have added, certainly let us know and we can do so. But this is just for your reference, and you all should have access to it at any given time so that you can go back and review and, you know, really kind of go through it if there's anything that just wasn't clear to you and you need some you know, clarity on that particular term. The other thing is, we've spoken about this to our previous classes. There is a show called Shark Tank. And this is likely one of mine and my husband's favorite shows. I don't know. I see some smiles. So it looks like some of you may have already heard of it or maybe even watched it. We watch it all the time. We are lovers of Shark Tank. Shark Tank has been on for about, I'd say 16, yeah, about 16 years. And it's phenomenal, right? So when you talk about pitching and you really, really want to know the art and the craft of pitching, watch Shark Tank. And you can go online and watch it. I believe it comes online. Is it every Friday? Every Friday. I'm talking to my husband who's sitting right next to me. He's in finance as well. So he'll be one of the instructors later on in the advanced series. But Shark Tank is a phenomenal show. I'm actually going to share um, one of the pitches. There's many of them. They probably have about four to five pitches per show, that these judges, and these are judges that are billionaires. These are judges that are, you know, they are philanthropists, they are entrepreneurs, you know, business owners. You have, you know, moguls and you know, if you know Mark Cuban, he owns one of the, what is it, the Dallas Mav
Formerly owned them. He stepped
formerly
down.
owned them. Now he has Gemini. So Gemini is probably Google's version of the AI Chat GPT, or, you know, Microsoft's version of Pilot, right? So watch and study. And I'm going to challenge you guys, and I'm going to send you one of the pitches that I personally loved. It's one of I love many of them, and you know, one of my favorite shows ever. But this particular pitch, it was so phenomenal. This young man came in and he was selling lip gloss, I believe it was, and he did such a phenomenal job with lip gloss, guys. Like literally, there's a lip gloss is everywhere, but the way that this gentleman pitched his business and really grasped the hearts and the pockets of these sharks, I'm telling you, it is so worth watching so that you can prepare yourselves for your pitch. And it is absolutely a phenomenal show. So I'm gonna send you all one of the videos that I was able to record. I'll send it to you. But if you can just Google it or YouTube it. Look up some of the pitches from previous, you know, seasons or previous recent shows that have happened. I forget what season this is, but it's the show in and of itself is phenomenal. So I would highly recommend, and I'm going to challenge you to watch that show and in preparation for your pitch presentations. Back at you, Professor JR.
No, I was done. So that's the closeout. Thank you, everyone. Enjoyed you guys. Enjoyed going into depth with your ideas, your businesses. I'm excited. Rosie, we gotta find these students some funding. Gotta gotta find you guys some investors to get you guys started. You guys have some very inspirational business ideas. So
I was
love
just
it.
telling my husband, I said, this is an amazing group right here. Like, I mean, we say that every cohort.
Right.
It's almost like, oh my goodness, this group is amazing. And then here comes the next. So you guys really are doing phenomenal work. And just in hearing, just some of the ideas and some of the, your concepts so far, I'm very, very impressed. So this is great work. You guys are doing really great things. So keep up the good job.
Awesome. All right. You guys have a good night. Unless you have any questions, you're free to go.
Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Good
Same
night.
time, same place.
One.
Yo, before I go, I want to say, like, yo, Professor J, like, I'm not gonna lie.